Good morning. I keep coming on live around the same time. It's because this 11 o'clock person, my 11 o'clock appointment keeps canceling. That's why. So that's why y'all keep seeing me on here. It's been a couple of days now where I've been on here the same time because the 11 o'clock person keeps canceling. All right, come in. Instagram is doing something weird again, y'all. It's doing something weird again, and I hope this don't get cut off. But anyway, I'm going to stay positive and hopeful. Come in. Let me know where you are coming to us from, your city, state, or country. If you want to share your name, that would be great. I got away from doing that because, like I said, I'd just be on here talking. I'd be aggravated or irritated and then be talking. But let me know your first name. Let me know where you're coming to us from. I'm going to chat with y'all for about 20, 30 minutes. And I got a serious question. Okay, good. From LA. All right. Queens, New York. I love it. San Francisco. I love it. Good morning. Wendell Scott 4. Oh, is it afternoon where you are? Okay. It's getting close to. It's getting close to that. But I got a real question, y'all, because I had this debate. It's been over a week now. We had this debate, me and a group of men in the barbershop. We had this debate about can today's man, can he afford a wife? Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I was real with them. I think, you want to know what I think? You want to know what I think? Because look, they like, why is nobody wanting to get married? And why don't men want to get married? And look, men give the standard answer they give. These women are awful. Don't nobody want to marry these women. Don't nobody want the... No, I think the truth is, y'all can't afford no wife. And I'm going to tell you what I told them. That a lot of men, a whole lot of men, they cannot afford to take on a wife. I think that's why y'all are not getting married. Because you cannot afford a wife. Now, here's the reason right behind that. And it's like a close second. The close second reason is a lot of y'all are getting free wives. That's the close second reason. And that's on us. That's on us. Okay? And that's where I have to hold the women accountable. Because number one, a lot of modern day men, a lot of today's man, y'all can't afford a wife. But right behind that, today's woman is giving you a free wife. So if you are getting a free wife, like if you don't have to do anything to get a wife, then yeah, I get it. I mean, like I said, you getting all those needs met without having to earn or afford the wife. You getting a free wife. So that's what's happening. Okay? But we got into this in the barbershop. Columbus, Ohio, thank you. Louisiana, all right. He said, no, they can't afford a wife. Things are too expensive to give most women what they want. No. No is the short answer. Greetings from Amarillo, Texas. Greetings. Maybe women look at too much jewelry on Instagram. I mean, social media plays a part for sure. Good morning, Unc. Maybe you'll join us and you will, maybe you will weigh in on this topic. Can today's man not afford a wife? And here's the caveat, y'all. Y'all think I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about money, right? That's a part of it. I'm not going to exclude that from the conversation, but that's a part of it, but that's not all of it. I'm not just talking about money. We can't afford wives and females can't afford not to have husbands. Stalemate. Okay. But yeah, I'm not just talking about money. It costs too much. We're not in the times where you can work at a factory and take care of a whole family. They can't afford it. Accountability is kryptonite. Too old for a divorce. If she's accountable, okay. What free wife? Oh, I'm about to tell y'all what a free... He said, where do I get one? You've already had one. You've already had a free wife. Most men have. Most men have had a free wife. Jackson, Mississippi, good to have you. She said they don't have room for us. But a free wife is a woman who is providing you the things that most wives do. And, you know, I like to include cooking in that. But from what I hear men saying today is that most women don't cook anymore. Most women don't cook meals or provide you with meals. I do. I always have and always will. But they will provide you with things that I believe wives provide. So, moral support, nurturing, caring, sensual and sexual pleasure. They will cook, they will clean or pick up, they will run errands, they will take care of your kids. They may, help you out financially. All the things that I would think most wives are doing, you all are getting that for free. And so that's the close second reason why, men are not taking on, legal wives. They're not taking on legal or covenant wives because the women are doing all of that for free. So my job is to talk to the women. My job is to tell them, stop being a free wife. Stop providing a man with everything that a wife provides her husband. Okay? Stop going over there. Stop staying over there for days on end and cleaning up and cooking and doing everything. No, this ain't my house. I don't live here. I can honestly say I stay at a man's house, an hour, maybe 2? Like, y'all be spending days over a man's house. I spend about 2 hours over a man's house, if he lucky. If he lucky. If I know him like that, I'll go over there for an hour or 2, and then I'll come my behind right back to my home. I'm not going to get tricked into doing no laundry, cleaning no bathroom, cooking. No, I'm not doing that because I'm not your wife. But let's go back to the first reason, okay, which is most of y'all cannot afford a wife. So I'm not just talking about finances. That is a part of it, okay, but it's not all of it. When I say afford, I mean time, energy, effort, okay, actually having the brain power to think and plan. Like, having a wife is going to require a level of responsibility that right now most men don't want. They don't want and can't afford. So finances is a part of it, but outside of that, like even all the other stuff, you all cannot afford it. You cannot afford it. Freely Yoli says, how do you navigate that long distance? I stay somewhere else. I go there. I hang out for an hour or 2 and then I go somewhere else. Like, that's it. Yeah, I go somewhere else. I stay somewhere else. Like, if I was dating someone long distance, I wouldn't be staying there. I'd stay somewhere else. But I'm not going to be tricked into cleaning up your place. And no. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem cooking a meal for a man I'm in a relationship with. I have no problem cooking a meal. I'm not talking about a meal here and there or whatever. I'm talking about cooking morning, noon, and night, cleaning up your place, the place that the deed is in your name or the lease is in your name, washing your clothes, making your bed. Like, I don't live here. Nah, I have no problem cooking a meal at your place or you coming over to my place to eat a meal. None at all. Like, cooking is love. I love to cook for people. And guess what? That's what I do for everybody. So in my mind, that's not something I'm necessarily doing for him. I cook for everybody. I cook for my friends, my neighbors. Everybody can get some. But I'm not going over to my neighbor's house and staying for days on end and cleaning their house and doing their laundry and all. No, I'm not doing that for my neighbors or my friends. And I'm not doing it for the man that I'm dating. I'm not doing it for the man that I'm in a relationship with, that we're not engaged or married. No, because like I said, that's his place. That's a generalization, which isn't fair. I've been a fool for wanting a relationship. What's the generalization? Okay. But I just want to know, can men afford wives? I don't think they can. And I think that's why they don't have one, because they can't afford one. And remember, it's not just about money. It's about the mental load. It's about the mental load of having a wife. Leadership. Most men don't want to be healthy leaders. They don't want to have a plan and a purpose for their life. And remember, you can't lead me if you can't lead yourself. So you can't, if you can't communicate, if you can't tell me what we're doing, where we're going, why we're doing it. See, most men, they can't afford it. They can't do that because they can barely do it for themselves. They can barely keep themselves above water. Yeah. He said men can't afford a wife. They can't. But my job is to keep women from being free wives. That's my job. That's what I believe God put me here to do, is to be an auntie or a mother to women who did not have one, especially a straight shooter like me. I'm going to be very direct. I'm not going to talk in riddles. I'm going to tell you very directly what the rules are, what the do's and don'ts are. Some women don't like that. They don't want to hear 55 years of wisdom. Someone who's lived on the earth that long, someone who's been married, is now divorced, someone who's dated men and see how men are and how they do, someone with a father, someone with a grandfather, and 16 uncles and two brothers, someone who has been around men. People don't want to hear that. And then the thing that annoys me the most is you love to scream about how every situation's different. You're generalizing. You're lumping people in. Look, okay, ain't nobody got time for that. I teach the rule and not the exception. People are really not that different. Men are really not that different. Women are really not that different from one another. And that's regardless of their race, regardless of their creed or their color or their religion or their ethnicity or any of that. Last I checked, if it bleeds every month, if it's got some ovaries and a uterus, there's certain things you can expect from it. Okay? I'm not talking about the exception. I'm talking about the rule. And that's what hurts everybody's little sensitive feelings right now, is you don't want to hear someone who's lived a long time, half a century, talk about this. Well, I'm different. And my situation's that it really isn't. It really isn't. That's what you don't want. It really is not different. That's what you don't want. But there are some rules. There's some guidelines that women should be following as a whole. And a lot of it is, okay, there's just you giving out too many benefits. You giving out wife benefits when you should be giving out date benefits. And you know what? Perfect example. So I did a post. It's been over a year now. I'm going to repost it. I'm going to repost it to my stories and I'm going to repost it to my timeline. It's called dating benefits. Then the second one is girlfriend benefits. Then the third one is wife benefits. It's going to break down what the man gets in each of those categories. Dating benefits. What does a man get when he's dating you? Girlfriend benefits. What does a man get if he's your boyfriend? Wife benefits. What does a man get if he's your husband? I'm going to repost that today. As a matter of fact, let me look it up right now. That post is over a year old, probably 18 months old. But y'all need a reminder. You need a reminder of what you get in each level. Okay? Hello, Miss Tynette. All right. Yeah, wisdom of elders is how you live richly. We need to get back to that. We need each other, but people aren't accountable. I agree. There's always an outlier, but the majority has to be addressed. Yes, it's called the mean average, right? So when you think about the bell curve, let me take you back to high school or college, right? You got that bell curve. You got these outliers right here. Most of us fall in here. That's who I'm speaking to. And guess what? If that ain't you, you can click off. But that's who I talk to. That's who I talk to. Oh, I'm gonna post it, Glam Gal 79. Yeah, because we need to get back. We need to get back to the basics. The beauty of women is their nurturing nature, but their downfall is the same. It has to be kept in check. Agreed. Now I'm gonna challenge you there, real dope daddy. You ready? I'm gonna challenge you there. So I believe that the only thing a woman should nurture is children, plants, and animals. I don't believe in nurturing grown men. There is a love and a care. There is, what's another good word? I would not use the word nurture. I use the word nurture as in taking care of things that can't take care of itself. So I don't believe in nurturing grown men. There are lots of things I believe in giving a man. Nurturing is not one of them, because like you said, as you're saying, oh, it could go sideways. That's why I'll give a man a whole lot of me, a whole lot of things, especially if he's my husband. But to nurture in my mind, that means I'm taking care of something that cannot take care of itself. And I don't believe that about my man. Okay, so nope. Well, he said those benefits change if you're cohabitating. I don't believe in cohabitating, so I can't speak to that. I would never tell a woman ever to cohabitate with a man she is not under covenant with and not under some sort of legal contract with. I would never. It does not benefit her. I would never tell a woman to do that. Why? Because I've done it. Okay? Because I've done it. I've cohabitated with a man prior to marriage. And based on that experience, we'll never do it again. Based on the experience of other people, we'll never do it again. Based on the data that shows that people who cohabitate have a higher precedence of divorce, I would never do it again. And I would never recommend that someone else do it. That is the thing that Dr. Umar and I disagree on. He is saying that he wouldn't marry a woman that he had not cohabitated with. He is entitled to that opinion, just like I am entitled to mine. I would never tell a woman to cohabitate with a man prior to marriage. Never. Okay? Okay. Nurture children, plants, and animals. Yeah, that's it. I only believe in nurturing things that cannot take care of themselves. Am I taking clients? Yes, I am taking clients. Okay. Always taking clients. And let me just say this briefly. I am going to be adding something called Pillar to my Instagram account. It should happen by the end of the month. It's going to allow you to set up an appointment directly from Instagram. Isn't that amazing? So this is something new that I'm super excited about. It will allow you to purchase ebooks. It will allow you to get free resources, and it will allow you to schedule a one-on-one meeting with me. It will allow you to get questions answered. I'm going to start opening up video response answers to questions. But yeah, it will allow you to start connecting more with me. So I'm super excited about that. But I am going to repost that as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to repost the date benefits, the girlfriend benefits, and the wife benefits, because we need a refresher. We need to get new knowledge. We need to apply that new knowledge. But y'all, there's some of y'all out here that is dating a man. You don't even have exclusivity and commitment, and you're giving that man wife benefits, and you're wondering why you having the problems you having. He said, yes, I agree. But for those people who don't have a clean slate, the advice should be a bit different. For example, someone who already had children or is already cohabitating. So if someone came to me and they had children with a man or they were already cohabitating, that is a good question. I actually have a couple I'm working with like that right now. How is my advice different? I am trying to prepare them for marriage. I'm trying to prepare them for marriage and trying to do that kind of as quickly as I can. Because my understanding is they've been together for 5 years. So in my mind, if they got married in 3 months, I wouldn't be mad, because I'm like, you know each other. You know each other. You're not just starting to date. You know each other. You live together and you have a child. So if they went to the courthouse in 3 months and got married, I wouldn't be mad about that, because in my mind, you know each other. You either want to do it or you don't. So I think that's you're right. That is a little different. If you are already cohabitating and not married, what stops a person from leaving? Nothing. Nothing stops them from leaving. And again, you're giving wife benefits. You're giving husband. Ooh, and let's talk about this. You're giving husband benefits. You're giving husband benefits to a woman who's not your wife. So to me, it definitely goes both ways. I wouldn't want a man giving a woman husband benefits that's not your wife. And see, some of y'all like to get clever. Well, what about paying for dates? And that's just called chivalry, bruh. That's just called chivalry. To me, you're a punk. You're a straight up punk if you start talking about crap like, oh, if she's not giving me no sex, I'm not paying for no dates. I love when men say that. I love when y'all show y'all behind and say some stupidness like that. I know exactly who I'm dealing with. That's why I love triggering y'all. I love to trigger y'all. Say some dumb stuff like that to me and see where you get. See where you get with that. You sound like a punk. Okay? No man in history is going to equate some sex with paying for a meal. That's a weak punk. That's who that is. So keep talking that talk. I love it. I love it. Keep coming in my comments saying that crazy mess. Well, since she using us, I mean, we should get this. And well, if she not giving up no sex, then I shouldn't be paying for no dates. You're a punk. Okay? So, and ladies, pay attention. These men are telling you everything you need to know, and you're not paying attention. You're not putting your listening ears on, as I used to say in my kindergarten class, and paying attention. No man that you're interested in dating should equate him paying for your meal with you having sex with him. And if that's where his mind is going, you shouldn't be dating him. If he doesn't know how to be a gentleman, if he doesn't know basic chivalry, basic, being a gentleman, come on now. Come on. Well, yeah. And look, men talking about, well, I shouldn't be paying her bills. No, you shouldn't. Paying her bills is a husband benefit. You shouldn't be paying her bills. You a damn fool. Okay? If you're dating a woman for 3 months and she need money for her hair and nails and she needs you to pay the light bill and you a fool. Why are you financing her life and you just met her? You're the fool. So nope. I sure will. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Marriage does not stop them from leaving, but guess what? You gonna go before the judge. You ain't leaving. You ain't leaving for good, like straight out no. It's gonna take 6 months to a year. So nothing will stop a man from leaving. Understand that. But you gonna go before a judge. You gonna go before somebody. You gonna be held accountable. I can get some money out of you. I can get some child support out of you. I can get some spousal support out of you. That's the difference. You will be held accountable. That's the difference. The covenant and the legal contract. That's what I require. You're not going to just walk out of here tomorrow and there be no accountability or no consequences. That's the difference. Require it. Require it. Okay? That's it. But I think a lot of today's men, they can't afford a wife for a lot of reasons. So financially, to me, that's a given. And that's because of everything that's going on today in the world. But I think even emotionally, I think they don't have the emotional currency. I think they don't have the emotional intelligence. I don't think they have the strength and the wherewithal to be responsible. I don't think they have the leadership skills. I think that's why they're not getting married. They can't lead their way out of a paper bag, much less lead you anywhere, tell you what to do and where we're going and what we're doing and why we're doing it. They don't know. That's why today's man is not married, because they don't have a clue. They don't know how to govern themselves. They don't know how to manage their lives. And the truth is, this is the truth. This is what I told the barbershop boys, is they will bring a woman in. They don't know how to share their space. They will bring a woman in and the woman will see how nasty they living. The women will see they don't have no savings. They don't have no budget. Their money is just going every which way, right? That's what they're afraid of. Can I keep it all the way real? The last man I dated seriously, we dated for 4 years. We had a break at year 2. That's where Anita just clean walked away and said, look, you playing in my face or whatever it is you're doing, I got to go. And he made his way back around. And this is the only man in my history that I ever gave another chance to. So we date again. And I kid you not, when that relationship ended for good, guess what I found out? I found out that this man's greatest fear was me finding out he did not have his finances in order. He had not filed his taxes in 5 years. That was his greatest fear, was Anita was going to come into his life. And because how I do things and how I encourage premarital couples to do things, I'm transparent. I lay all my cards on the table and you're going to lay all your cards on the table. That's what he wasn't prepared to do. He was not prepared to lay all his cards face up on the table. There were a lot of things he did not want me to know about. People he was giving money to, places, that his money was going. He wasn't filing his taxes. And he just, he didn't have a good handle on his life. He didn't have a plan for his life. He just didn't. And he knew that if Anita came into that, I was going to ask questions. I was going to put my cards face up. I was going to make him put his cards face up, and he wasn't prepared to do that. So he lost a real one. He lost a good one. And he has never forgotten that. Every year he reminds me of that. That but again, that's what happened when you playing. That's what happens when you're not ready. But that's the truth. He was not ready to partner, to come together and be transparent and say, this is what I owe on my house. But see, he had that second lien. He had not filed his taxes. He did not have a budget. His place was, every time I would go over there, I would say, hey, you need to clean up. You need to get your place in order. You need to, I sure would. That's what having a wife is going to garner you. There's a level of accountability that today's man does not want. There's a level of responsibility that today's man does not want. But ladies, you need to stop being a free wife. Tynette says, leaving the home is different from leaving the marriage. Agreed. You shall go before a judge concerning that marriage part, which is a legally binding document. Agreed. Real Dope Daddy says, I agree. For me, I felt it was necessary to cohabitate with my woman first because I have children and she doesn't. And we both needed to see how the transition would look for her first. Yeah, like I said, I am libertarian in the sense of I let people do them. I let people do them. You make the decision that is best for you and your life. I give my, years of wisdom when I'm working with people. And that's well knowing that you're going to do what you want to do. And I'm okay with it. I never get mad about that. Okay, you're going to do what you want to do. You're going to get the consequences you get. And I am okay with it. Okay, I'm not anybody's God. I cannot judge you or stand in judgment of you. Did he have a good income and he was just being irresponsible with it? Yes, he had a 6-figure income. He had a 6-figure income and it was a crap show. I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening here? And together we could have built an empire. But he didn't have a clue how to manage himself or his money. Is it a red flag if a guy you're dating lied about his age? It's a yellow flag. Any form of lying is a yellow flag, and it is definitely worth a conversation. I would want to have a conversation about that. Like, why do you feel like you need to do that? I don't think it's a red flag. It's just a yellow flag. Why would he want to do that? Would you clean his house? Absolutely not. There's accountability and leveling that a woman brings. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was telling the barbershop boys. And when we left that conversation, they was all like talking like, well, I mean, she did make some, she was talking about some stuff. I can see where she coming from. Like, that's what I was hearing walking out the door. Because I'm not crazy. Okay? A lot of y'all can't afford no wife. And we not just talking about money. I'm going to put a mirror up to you. I'm going to put a mirror up to your face and your life and your choices. And if none of those things are responsible or going well, okay, we're going to have a problem. He says, was he a good dude? Just curious. He was a good man in the sense of he was not immoral. He was not illegal or unethical. He was not doing anything, that would be immoral, illegal, or unethical. But unfortunately, his deadly sin was he would not commit. And that is a deadly sin when it comes to me. He would not commit. So he enjoyed all that Anita brought to his life. And still to this day is like, man, I really, I don't know why I can't get myself together. Yeah. Because if you will not commit, I will leave you clean alone. And any and every man that's ever known me as a friend or otherwise knows that about me. If you will not choose me, if you will not make me yours, if I do not belong to you, then I go about my business. That's it. I am not something you rent. I am something you buy. I am something you invest in. Remember? We are the piggy bank, not the toothpaste. I am not something for you to consume. I am not something for you to use. I am not something for you to, this is fun for a while, and then I'm going to put it down and go on to something else. I don't work that way. I assess early on if you are an investor, a buyer, or if you want to rent or consume. And if you want to do the latter, I'm good. I go about my business. Would you have tried to help your previous partner if he were transparent? I would have commissioned someone else to help him. It's not for me to do. Okay, that is not for me to do. That would have been out of order. If he wanted to be a husband and the head of the household, I would have commissioned someone else to help him. Someone else would have said, hey, I understand this is the situation. I got your information from Anita. I'd love to sit down and talk with you. That person would have done it. It would not have been me, because we would have been out of order. And that person would have taught him what he needed to know or showed him what he needed to do. And he would have applied those things. And then he would have came back to me. Hey, this is what I've done. This is what I put in order. And I would have been like, my hero. That's how that would have went. Okay. But no, I am not his teacher. I am not his therapist. I am not his mother. No, I want a man. I want a head of household. I want a leader. I need to have that to look up to you. I need to have that to continue to have sex with you on the regular. Anything less than that, I cannot perform. I cannot perform with a man who is not a man. So no. Why is it that couples who cohabitate before marriage divorce at a higher rate than those that don't? That is what any study will tell you. And I want you to go to Google and put in statistics for cohabitation and divorce. That's what the studies say. That, you're so-called playing marriage, you're pretending to be married or playing married, but people who actually, they don't cohabitate, they say, nope, I'm marrying you and we're living together. We are married. There is a difference there in the level of commitment. But people play married all the time. Cohabitation is through the roof right now. She said he should have just been honest with you. That's what I said. I can't have a conversation with him about his age because he didn't tell me. I found out doing my research. Oh, no, ma'am. No. Now you're not being honest. You're not being truthful. You go to him and you tell him what you found. See, now both of y'all are not being truthful. So, okay, I guess y'all are even. He's not truthful and now you're not being truthful. So I go to him and say, hey, I'd love to talk with you about something. Yeah, what is it? I found out that your age is this. And you told me that it's this. What do you think about that? That's it. I am honest. I don't care if he's not honest with me. I'm going to be honest with him because that's the relationship that I want to have. I want to have a relationship that's open, honest, transparent, and vulnerable. That is my requirement. So if you keep that information to yourself, you're actually being as dishonest as he is. You all are building a dishonest relationship. One where he can lie, you can find out that he lied, and then you don't say anything. That's not a relationship I personally want. That's just me. I don't operate that way. Yes, he said agree. Okay. If he chose you, would you have tackled his financial irresponsibility? No, I would not have. I would have gotten him someone that could have helped him with that. But no, I don't believe that's my place. Like I said, I am feminine all day long. I cannot sexually submit to a man that I am mothering, that I am helping, I can't. I will not orgasm with a man like that. I need a man who has his ish in order, has his life in order, is a healthy leader, is strong, is masculine. That's the man that I want to submit to. So no, I would have said, hey, you can talk to this person. This is it. I'm so not a long-term girlfriend. I'm an investor, not a dabbler. Exactly. You've got to commit to that though. And do not be anything less than that. Do not entertain anything less than that. That's it. Like I always tell women who are feminine, okay, women who are truly feminine, there's only two options. The first option is you are gloriously single. You love your life. You have created a life that's amazing, that's full of all kinds of wonderful people and things and adventures and just all kind of wonderful experiences. That's the first option. The second option is with a healthy, emotionally safe, loving, masculine man, a man who is growing, a man who is learning, who is teachable, a man who is not perfect, but darn near doing the best he can, just like you're doing the best you can. That's it. Those are your only two options. Anything that is not one or the other, okay, I don't have anything else. Okay, I can't do anything in between. But why should she help him directly? That's not her responsibility. Precisely. Yeah, so precisely. I don't agree necessarily. Many women take a man's money and put it in the place it needs to be. This is what I'm going to say about that. When I was married to a man, okay, my ex-husband, when I was married, I was the manager of our money. Yes, I did manage our money in the sense of he made the money, it came in the account, and I budgeted it. I put it where it needed to go. You know, he got a stipend, I got a stipend. Yes, I did that. That was the understanding that we had with each other. This man's not my husband, okay? I'm not married to him, and he needs to get his life together. In order to even see, that's a wife benefit. That's a wife benefit. Is managing the money and, you know, budgeting and all of that. That's a wife benefit. And he's not my husband. So, nope. Would you ever move from Virginia to get married? Most definitely. Most definitely. I always tell people that. My husband could be anywhere in the world and I'm out of here. I am so out of here. I am so out of here. So, nope. I have no ties to Virginia. Everybody know that. In 2 years, less than 2 years, 18 months, my two youngest will graduate from college. I've been looking. Okay? I've been looking in Houston. I've been looking in Charlotte. I've been looking in Florida. I've been looking out west. I've been looking. I don't have no ties to Virginia. So, What if the cost of living is too high? I make money. I mean, that's all I do is make money. And I assume whoever I'm with is going to make money. So I'm good. A real man will not put his wife in that position to make or create that responsibility for her to do. No, have your stuff in order when you step forward. It's just that simple. I agree. Okay, so piggy bank, not toothpaste. I love that. Yeah, because toothpaste is something we consume. And once that tube is empty, we throw it away. Piggy bank is something we put into. We invest in that. And that way, if we do need to get anything out of it, we put something in it. But the toothpaste, that's just something we squeeze out every day. We use it. And when that tube is empty, we throw it away. Do not be the toothpaste, ladies. I cannot say that enough. Okay? So, I don't play those games. But that's not what the conversation is about. Okay, y'all having a separate conversation. That was what I meant by choose you if you guys were married. Yeah, if I was married. That's a marriage benefit. But I'm not your wife. Okay? I'm not the wife, but if we married, that's a different thing. The Makings of Mahogany says, I'm out of VA, LOL, love the beach, but wherever my husband is, I'll go. That's me all day. That's me all day. So I do not have a problem leaving where I'm at. If Mr. Right, finds me and he's like, hey, I live here. Okay, tell me what I got to do. And I'll move my practice or do whatever I have to do. I'm open, especially now. So that's it. Okay, but I think a lot of y'all can't afford no wife, if we being honest. I think you don't have your life together. You don't have your finances together. You don't have your mind right. You're traumatized. You have wounds that need to be tended to. And that's the truth. I think a lot of men, they're not in a position to be married. And so your knee-jerk response is the women. The women aren't good enough to marry. The women, they're problematic. And I'm like, look, I'm in the barbershop. Y'all know. Y'all know what the truth is. The truth is you wouldn't make a good husband. You cannot afford a wife. Because look, then I tell them, so a good woman comes along. A fine woman comes along. A feminine woman comes along. And she's great. She's smart. She's funny. You love her smile. And then what? And guess what? You know what's going to happen? Exactly what happened to the man I was dating. He was not prepared. He was not prepared for the right woman to come along. oh, well, I mean, my house is not in order, and my money is not in order, and I don't know what I'm doing about this, and I can't lead. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what my life. See, that's what's going to happen. So if the right one come along, you're not prepared, and you're going to lose a good one. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And every year since, well, I just feel like, no, it's nothing that we have to talk about. We've done this dance. This is the only man in my history that I've ever given another chance to. And I definitely regretted it because I was like, yep, I knew better. I shouldn't have did this. This man is still not ready. And he had time. He had time in between to get himself together. And he didn't. So I was like, nope, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot open myself up to a man that is not masculine, does not have his stuff in order, does not lead. And then look, y'all love talking about not getting no sex. Y'all love talking about, oh, well, when you get married, the sex dies and this and that. And hey, can I be 100% transparent? That's the reason for me. If you are not leading me effectively, if you are neglecting me, if you don't have a plan and a purpose for your life, if you are expecting me to figure things out, the first thing to go in our relationship is my legs closing. The last thing I want to do is sleep with that guy. I don't want to sleep with that guy. I'm not turned on by that guy. That's the truth. That is the harsh truth that a lot of men don't want to hear. You are not in order. You don't have your life in order. You're not leading us anywhere. Nothing about you is exciting me mentally. Nothing about you is exciting me physically. But men don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. And here's what a lot of men will do. They'll clamp down on a good idea and they'll run with that idea, but they don't talk to their woman about it. They don't let her know what's going on. And now all of a sudden they're chasing some dream or some goal and she's none the wiser. She's not a part of the plan. She's not a part. She's like, what's going on? All I know is you ain't coming home. All I know is we're not spending any time together. All I know is, you're just not here. I feel alone. Like if you're doing something great, you need to include your woman in it. She needs to know what's going on. She needs to know what is happening. What's going on? All I know is we're not doing anything. All I know is I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. Open your mouth. Hey, I got this great idea. I want to run after it. This is what it's about. I'm going to come home. I'm going to tell you about it. That's it. And now I'm excited. I'm turned on. You want to know the truth? I'm turned on. I'm ready to lay you down. I'm like, woo, I love it. But see, if you're not doing that, I don't know what's going on. All I know is I feel neglected. All I know is I don't feel any energy coming towards me. Share that, fellas. Lead. Provide masculine containment. That's what we're after. But most men don't. Most men don't. And their wife's body shuts completely down. She shuts all the way down. You are not the man I want to have lay me down. You're not the man that can give me mind-blowing orgasms. My body is closed down. My body is closed down. And that's the truth. I'm here to give you the truth. I'm here to give you the unadulterated, what nobody wants to say, truth. Okay? But most men cannot afford a wife. If we being honest. And again, I'm not just talking 100% finances. I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. There's no leadership there whatsoever. You're not leading yourself. You don't have a plan for yourself or your life. And you love women. You are looking, this is what I tell every man. Every man is not going to leave women alone. Y'all not going to leave women alone. You came from the vagina and the vagina is from whence you will come back. Okay? That's what you came from. That's what you going to. You're not going to leave it alone. So let's keep it 100%. You're not going to leave women alone. But my job on this planet is to teach women to make you worthy and to make you earn it. I have no problem giving all of me to a good man. I have none, zero. I have no problem giving everything I got to the man of my dreams, to my husband. Okay? But you can best be assured he will be worthy. He will earn it. He will be a man of honor. He will be a disciplined man. He will be a focused man. He will be a masculine man. He will be a chivalrous man. That's the man I want to give everything to. That's the man I want diving between my legs every night. But a lot of these men out here, they ain't that. They ain't that. And it's my job to teach women what they should be requiring and what they should be prepared for. Okay? So y'all men always talking about, oh, women won't be held accountable. I do. I tell women all day, you don't deserve no man like that. You need to get your life in order. You need to get your health in order. You need to get your body in order. You need to get your mouth in order. You need to get your mind in order. It's a whole lot of women out here that don't deserve the man I'm talking about. And I tell them, you're not getting no man like that. That's not going to happen. I hate to bust your little bubble, but you got to be all of this to get all of that. But I want women to stop being free wives. Stop giving out free sex hand over fist. That's what's doing it. Sex is no longer sacred. There is nothing sacred or special about sex anymore. And it's a handshake. It's a handshake. And this is what is insane. You are transferring DNA. You are transferring DNA between strangers when you have sex, when you kiss, when you do what you do. You're transferring DNA. It is sacred. And we're not treating it as such. It's downright sad. So, I was put here to teach women, to hold them accountable, to say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That man that's a level that he has not yet earned, just like the gamers, right? They got that first level and they got to get through that whole first level to level up. Then they got to get through the second level to go to the third. Now, they don't go from the first to the 10th. You got to go level by level by level. And y'all letting these men go from first level to the 10th level. What kind of mess is it? And then they're lazy. Because they did not do the other 9 levels, they're lazy. They're lazy. They don't value what you're giving them. Really hear that. Really hear that. That first car that I had to scoop all that ice cream for over the summer at Swenson's, that first car that I bought with my own money, that my parents didn't buy for me, that I poured all that money and time and energy into to keep that car alive for 9 months, I'm still talking about it to this day. I damn near worship that car because I earned that car. All that ice cream I scooped, all them hours I worked, all that stuff I did to buy that first car, I'm still talking about it to this day. That's the woman I need you to be. There are men out there in the world still talking about me to this day because they like, nah, man, it was like a year. My first boyfriend, it was like a whole year. Anita wasn't budging. She wasn't giving up nothing. Like, it was a whole year. I finally got it on prom night because Anita was not budging. She was like, no, I don't know you like that. I don't feel comfortable. I'm not ready. Yeah. I shut many a man down. And it's many a man going, yeah, man, Anita don't play. Like, Anita wasn't playing with me. I'm not sleeping with her after no 3 dates. That's laughable. That ain't happening. I had to be her man. I had to be her boyfriend. Months and months went by. She was not, no, nothing's easy about it. Nothing at all. She was fun. She was great to be with. We had a lot of fun together, but she ain't easy. No, that's how you know. Okay? But if you're not memorable in a man's mind, if an ex, you walk up to an ex and he don't remember you, like, you really got to think about that. That man can barely remember you. Because like I said, it's men out here right now. If I walk in like, oh, hey, they know me. They know me. They remember. They either remember that they couldn't get nothing out of me. Anita wasn't having it. I couldn't get nowhere. I couldn't get nothing because of all my stupid games. Or it took forever and I messed it up. That's what they remember. But y'all, come on. We gotta do better. I'm here for the ladies. And I've been saying that. I'm here to teach women because I believe we're going to turn all this around. If we can get on the same page, we're going to turn all this around. But that's just what I believe. Okay? He said, plenty of good women out here. Plenty. You just need to be prepared. I agree. I agree with you. But a lot of men are not. They're not. I'm so happy you said this. We do exist. And we do. But you have to be prepared as a man. And if you're not, you're going to, I don't even know what to do with this. I don't know how to lead it. I don't know how to communicate with it. I don't know how to include it in my plan. I just don't know. I just don't know. I like it. A lot of men know that they like it and they want it. They want the benefits of it. But outside of that, they don't know anything else. We need more women to share things like this. Not enough women speak this way, and men get used to 50-50 in every aspect. They do. I do couples counseling, Real Dope Daddy. I sure do. Is this being recorded? My sons need to hear this conversation. Yes, I'm going to save this live. Tynette says, please hold me accountable. That's what I'm here to do. Okay. My ex-family still invite me to some functions, especially with the women. Yeah, because you're memorable. You're memorable. And that's what I want for every woman. Be memorable. And not memorable because you can do backflips on dicks. Okay. That's not the type of memorable I'm talking about. Memorable as in you have standards and boundaries. Okay. You are moral and upstanding and virtuous. You are smart. You are funny. There's lots of ways to be memorable that have nothing to do with sex. Men remember me, right? It's not just whatever sex I had. It's me. It's my spirit. It's my essence. That's what men remember. And can I be real? It's the challenge. A lot of men say that. Something about me challenges them. And not in a bad way. Because like I said, I don't run no men. I don't tell men what to do with their lives or any of that. As a matter of fact, I'm mainly quiet. I just know what I'm going to do and not do. And that's where men are like, she ain't going to do it. I'm like, no, I don't say nothing. I just don't do it. The women who don't have sex with us, we hold them in the highest regard from the past. You are so right. You are so right. There are men from high school that are like, dang, Anita. I wanted Anita. But I didn't have sex till I was 18 and it happened on prom night with the boyfriend I had for a year. But it was plenty of dudes before then. It was like, dang, I can get me some Anita. I'm like, nope. And the dude I did it with was my man for a whole year. And I was like, I'm not ready. Men remember every woman who didn't have sex with them. They sure do. Well, at least the men of value because it's not common. They sure do. You are exactly right. And that's what I want for women to understand. Y'all have to understand that. Y'all out here doing backflips on men's dicks and all this other, these mouth tricks and all this other stuff. No. No. Won't a lot of men leave this way? Carlindra AF. Those are the men that you don't want. Those are quite frankly, can I be frank? Those are the men that you shouldn't want. You should not want a man that if you're not willing to bust it wide open, he gonna go, let him leave. If you can't afford a wife, you definitely can't afford to give a woman a baby. Oh, Lord, you said that's a whole sermon right there. Now, see, I could go off and give a whole nother 30-minute sermon on the baby thing. That's what be blowing my absolute mind. Y'all can't afford a wife. Can't afford a husband, but you quick to have a child. Something that's actually going to be here forever. Like what's so crazy to me about people not getting married at least, like the lady said earlier, you can get out of a marriage. Like you're married to another adult. If it don't work out, you can get out of it, and that other adult can go about their business. And you can never speak to them again. But y'all are out here making kids that somebody got to take care of for at least 18 years, if not 22 years. That's what's like mind altering to me. Men will not commit to marriage, but will give a woman a child. You'll have a whole person walking around calling you daddy. That don't make no sense to me. I've never understood it. So ladies, stop sleeping with men you don't want children with. Men, stop putting your penis inside of women you don't want children with. And this idea of, well, that, I use protection, or she said she was on this, it doesn't matter. That's the way children are made. You should stop sleeping with women that you wouldn't have a child with. Because at any point, the birth control can fail. People can lie. And now you have a child with a woman with a stripper, with a woman with an ass tattoo, with a woman with tattoos on her face and piercings on her body and blonde hair and all this other, and a BBL. Make it make sense. Stop putting your penis in that, because that's how babies are made. Penises go in vaginas and do what they do, and babies come out. So keep your dick out of women like that so you don't have to worry about having no child with her. Okay, enough said. Need more men to open themselves to receive counseling. Many do not want counseling and believe it will not help them. Many will be held accountable and do not want to be held accountable. There is a subset of men for sure. You can't expect to be treated premium if you are acting regular. I thought that was common sense, but I guess it's not. Because to me, that's why I give high level experiences, because that's what I want to receive. Like, I'm a high level, I'm a 5-star experience because that's what I want. But apparently it don't work that way today. 1-star experiences want 5-star experiences. I don't get it. He says, I want you to do that podcast. I want to do that podcast with you, Dr. A. Yeah, laying down with men unprotected is a decision to be a single mother. It is. It is. And remember, ladies, you decide. You decide. Stop giving these men free access. That's exactly what you're deciding. So stop. Do not have sex with men that would not make good fathers and would not make good husbands. That's it. If that man is not your husband or wouldn't make a good husband, if he wouldn't make a good father, why are you sleeping with him? You're allowing him access to your body. So we got to stop that. We got to stop that. I'm just saying. And I want men and women to talk about that. Life is art films. What if the man falls on hard times? Keep in mind, he was capable in the beginning and hard times came. The woman becomes frustrated and mentally checks out. In the end, the hard times subside. And now, okay, finish your thought. That woman wants to come back. What's your take? So first of all, here's what I want to ask you. Are you communicating? That's the number one thing I see that happens in situations like yours. The man is not communicating. He's not communicating. He's not doing everything within his power to get back right, but he's not communicating. He has to say, hey, this has happened. This is what it is right now. This is my plan to get back on top. This is what I'm doing. And then he goes out and does that, right? So between the words he's saying, between the actions that he's doing, that's it. That's all you got. If that woman wants to go about her business or leave you cold because, this happened, leave her. Don't let her come back. Because to me, good women, feminine women, we understand all we need is your communication. All we need is your action with that communication, and we good. But if she is like, nope, I signed up for this, it's now this, she telling you what it is. She telling you where her loyalty is, which is to the experience you can provide. And men need to wake up to that. A whole lot of women, most women, they want what you can provide. They fell in love with your hand and not your heart. Okay? And that's why I encourage women to look for dark horses. Look for the dark horse. Stop waiting at the finish line and look for the dark horse. Look for the good man of character who is going to make something of himself. That's your guy. That's what a lot of professional athletes, their wives do. They catch them in college. They catch them in high school. That's what a lot of famous businessmen, their wives catch them at the bottom and then ride up to the top with them. That's what I want to see women do more. And they know what time it is. So it's never a surprise if we have to drop down a little because they're like, yeah, this is where I found you. That's no surprise to me. That's not a surprise. But see, if you get somebody and you at the top and you try to drop down, they're not going down with you. No, baby, you got to know the difference. You got to know the difference. He said all that is being communicated. Well, you got somebody that loves what you provide. You got somebody that loves, you being on top and you providing a certain lifestyle. And if you can't provide that anymore, and then if you ever can provide it again, call me. Think about it. Really think about that. Think about what that person is telling you. No, I'm good. I'm good. Because if I'm talking to you, if I'm telling you what happened, if we're doing whatever we need to do for now, it's not forever. And I'm showing you that I'm doing everything I can to get back on top. And you walk out. That's telling me that, it's not about me. It's not about you and me and our love and our commitment. It's not. I'm just being real. But I wouldn't let that person back. I'm good. I'm good. If the only thing I'm good for is what I can provide you, is the experience I can provide you, no, I'm good. So please be wise. Make a wise choice. If your foundation is not set as a man, you do not need a woman. Purpose first, woman second. All day long. That's godly. That's biblical. Why do you think most women are not willing to find the dark horse? Women today, do I need to say this? Women today is just cut different. They just different. Some of them are selfish. Not all of them, but some of them are selfish. Some of them are entitled. Some of them are lazy. Can I go here? I have a couple right now, y'all. I kid you not. I have a couple right now. The husband is the 100% provider. Now, he got a wife from overseas, and this is what I think is funny. He got a wife from overseas, right? So he did the whole passport bro thing. He got a wife from overseas, brought her back here. And now, he's much older than her. I think he's like 15 years older. And now they back here. They have a baby. They have like a 2-year-old baby. And so he's like, yeah, I'm a 100% provider. And, I want to stay at home wife and mother and la-di-da, right? Honey, when I tell you she can't cook, she can't clean. She don't get up till 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it's crazy to me. I'm thinking to myself, and then look, she gonna get on here talking about, well, I need him to help out when he get off of work. I need him to help out around the house. When I tell you, I'm going to be surprised if they come back next week. Can I be honest? I'm going to actually be surprised if they come to their appointment next week. When I tell you, I went in so hard. I went in so hard. I had to pray for forgiveness when I was done after they left. I said, excuse me? Well, I need him to help. I need him to vacuum and do this and do that when he get off of work and wonder why he mad. She said, why is he mad? Why is he mad when I ask him to do? Because that's your job. That's your job. I said, and you need to treat it like a job. You need to get up at 7 a.m. like you about to go out the door and do your job. Your job is stay at home wife and mother. His job is financially providing. Like, I can't make this up. Well, I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to clean toilets. I don't know how to cook this and that. And I don't know. I kid y'all not. I cannot make this up. Then look, I told her she need to go on YouTube. You need to go on YouTube. You need to look for some recipes. You need to look on how to clean the refrigerator, how to clean the toilet, how to clean the tub. I kid y'all not. I can't make this up. And see, he thought he was getting something. What y'all, the passport bros, y'all want something traditional? Y'all want something traditional and, oh, I need to leave the country because the Western woman. No, that's exactly what he did. And it's what he dealing with. And look, he don't let me buy this and he don't let me do that. And I don't understand it. Why can't I go here and buy it? Because you are a stay-at-home wife and mother and you cannot run him in the ground buying whatever you want. You're not taking care of the house. Well, I'm taking care of our child. Okay, but you're supposed to take care of the house. You're supposed to make life easier for him, not harder. I can't make this up. I was like, wow, this is where we are. When I tell y'all I was a stay-at-home wife and mother for 12 years, taking care of 3 children, I can't make this up. To a husband coming home at 6 o'clock to a hot meal every day, leaving out the door with breakfast sandwiches and breakfast. I cannot make this up. Having clean clothes, clean drawers, clean socks, clean bathroom, well-mannered kids, clean kids. That's my job. What I look like asking him to come home from work and vacuum or clean up or pick up some toys. No, he came home, to a clean house. I can't make this up. Where do you think this ideology stems from? Social media. You just said it. Okay. That's a lot of it. And no home training, no mama, no grandmama, no great grandmama. Like, I can't make this up. And then look, so I go in and she looked like she want to cry, but I did. I said, look, if you ain't never heard this before, you going to hear it today. You will not leave this earth, believing that this is okay. It's not okay. I said, this is your job. And you need to get up. So just like he gets up at 6 and he leaves out for work, you get up because you have a job. Well, I can't get up early. I'm not a morning person. Y'all, I can't make this up. So I sure did. If she ain't never heard it before. She heard it from me. We'll see if they come back. I'm going to keep y'all posted because I was like, oh, Lord. I kind of, I had to rethink. I was like, Anita, I think you went a little too hard there. It had to be done. Ladies, we have a responsibility, especially if we want our man to have a responsibility. If I want a good man, a man who is willing to go out here in this cold, cruel world and put up with all this nonsense to provide for me. And I can't make him a breakfast sandwich to go out the door with. I can't make him a hot meal when he get home. He can't have a clean home. He can't have some mannerly kids. Come on. And I told her, I said, it's a time management issue. You not managing your time well. You getting up late. That's a lot of it. I said, you getting up at 12:30? That's half the day. I said, nowhere on earth could you go to an employer and clock in and not do no work till 12:30. I said, no. How as men should we have this conversation with the women delegation? Very carefully, I suggest you have another woman do it, but very carefully, which is, hey, this is my expectation. This is what I'm doing, and this is what I want you to do. This is kind of how we're going to work together. We're going to do 2 totally different things, but together, those things make the dream work. But yeah, this is the plan. This is the vision for us and our family. How do you feel about that? I need you to be on board with this. That's it. You lead. And this guy, he's pouting and cussing and fussing. He's not leading. I need you to be up when I get out. When I leave out, I need you to be up. I need you to have our daughter up. She needs to be on a schedule. But lead. That's what I keep saying. Why aren't we leading? Why aren't the men leading? I'm confused by this. That's the way things are going to get done. And then all the men that I work with. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can do it at work. I can talk to people at work and I can lead people at work. I just can't seem to do it at home. I said, why not? Because clearly you have the skill set. You need to use it at home. What is changing at home? You need to go home and lead your wife and lead your family like you lead your team at work. And look, you be having all these little check-in conversations and you be doing these evaluations and stuff. Do that at home. Hey, can we have a check-in conversation on Sunday? Can we just see how things are going? Can we make some tweaks? You do it at work. Do it at home. That's crazy. Women are working full-time jobs and taking care of their homes and children and husbands. Yeah, she needs some real friends that are in her same like or related situation. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. Me staying at home was living the dream. That was the best 12 years of my life. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. I have never in my life felt so good and felt so just amazing. That was the best time of my life. That was the best use of 12 years of my life, was being at home and serving my family and serving my husband. So I don't understand it, but it's like they want it all. They want to be married and they want the man to finance their lifestyle, and they don't want to do anything at home. And, they barely want to clean their house. They barely want to take care of their kids. And then they want to shop, and then they want to travel. And then I don't understand it. You cannot have it all. You cannot have it all at the same time. He said, I agree. However, there is pushback, and that line of communication with empathy is not reciprocated, which is a little frustrating. What's your take on the reciprocity of communication with empathy? You have to require it. That's it. I require it. Right? So if I am sweet and kind and feminine, and I am met with a man who is harsh and abrupt, oh, what is going on? What is that? What are you talking about? What? No. That doesn't feel good to me. Like, I require that he be kind. I require that he, not curse at me, that his tone is not sharp, that he is not, aggressive toward. That's what I require. And I will not engage a man who continues to talk to me crazy. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either. You should stop engaging with women that talk to you crazy, that talk to you all kinds of crazy, that have a tone, that are disrespectful, that curse at you, that call you names, or anything else that you deem disrespectful. All communication should cease. And when you are able to talk to me in a more respectful manner, I'm happy to talk to you. But until then, I will not be spoken to that way. I will not be talked to that way. That's it. We easy for the man to lead when there is accountability on the woman's part. God ain't call you here to do things that's easy. So that's the first thing. I don't give a damn about easy. I give a damn about it getting done. You do it. You do it. Again, you're putting it off on the woman. It don't matter if it's easy. Raising my 3 kids wasn't easy, and I did it. I had requirements of them. I didn't need their cooperation. This is how it's going to go, or else. And that's how I went. That's how I went. Okay? They're under my leadership. That's it. A woman should be under your leadership. You should be the captain of that ship. And see that, just like I tell women that they won't walk away, a lot of men won't walk away. And that's the downfall. That's the downfall. What you accept is what will continue. What you tolerate is what will continue. But a lot of men won't walk away. Y'all will let a woman talk to you all kinds of crazy and just all kinds of crazy. And you won't go nowhere. You will put up with it. You will shut up and put up with it. You will suffer in silence. I'm not cut from that cloth. I told my therapist that yesterday. We had a good laugh. I went to therapy yesterday, y'all. I told my therapist, I said, I ain't cut from the suffer in silence cloth. She's like, oh, I know. She said, you go here, Anita. I said, you right about that. I'm not cut from that cloth. And look, I pull triggers. I don't understand people that won't pull a trigger on something that ain't working. I don't understand it. I will pull that trigger so fast and be gone. Oh, okay. You want to keep talking crazy? Thank you, sweetheart. He said, understood. I appreciate your honesty. What's your take on the lack of accountability from the woman delegation? I mean, again, don't deal with them. I can't say it any other way. Don't deal with them. Have requirements, have standards. And if a woman won't meet it, don't deal with her. I don't. But see, that's the difference between me and a lot of people. Y'all won't walk away, men and women. You won't walk away. You won't stop dealing with people. You continue to deal with people. You continue to try to make them accountable, change them. Why won't they change? Why won't they do right? Why can't they be held accountable? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. That's what I do. And guess what? That's how I make people change. When they no longer have access to me, that's when a lot of people start waking up. Like, damn, these are just clean. Look, I just reposted Tim Ross and him talking about how, people that have to leave his life, they know why. Go back and watch that reel. That's me all day. Nobody that's not in my life right now, they're not confused as to why. Nobody is sitting somewhere right now going, what happened? Why ain't Anita talking to me no more? Why don't she answer my call? They know why. They know why. I don't ghost people. I tell people what it is. So we're not going to be talking no more. I'm going to block you. I have never been shy about communicating what's going to happen. Never. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. You will not walk away from people that are disrespecting you, that are not being reciprocal. You giving and doing and giving and doing. What you think gonna happen if you keep giving and doing? They gonna keep taking. They gonna keep taking. And then you keep wondering, why don't they give back? Why don't they? Because you keep taking. Because you keep giving. That's why they keep taking, because you keep giving. That's it. Why won't they give back? Why won't they? Because some people, they selfish. But pull triggers. Walk away. Have an abundance mindset. Believe that there are other people out here that could meet the needs you have. Believe that there are other women out here that are quiet and collaborative, and they actually want what you got. They actually want they want to buy what you're selling, and they want to give you something. But see, if you don't have that abundance mindset, if you believe this is all you can get, this is the only person for you. If you got one-itis, this is the only woman that'll love me. This is the only man that'll love me. No, I don't believe that. On no given day. You good and all, but you ain't the end all be all. You ain't the only one. You could be good. You could be fine. You could have money, but you ain't the only one. God made more like you. I believe it. And clearly my actions show it. So that's what I want more people to do. Okay? You got to learn how to walk away. You got to learn how to leave people alone. People they don't have your best interest at heart. They don't have your best interest at heart. That's most people. Right? But guess who always got my best interest at heart? Guess who always got my back? Is me. Okay? Become your own best friend. Have your best interest at heart. And when you really mean that thing, and somebody come along and they disrespect you and talk to you all kinds of crazy, oh, you be like, oh, no, this ain't working for me. No, this ain't going to work out. This ain't working out. This ain't good for me. That's what you're going to start telling yourself. And you're going to believe it. Okay? But this idea of holding women accountable, there is no such thing. Technically, I can't hold other people accountable. All I can do is remove access to Anita. That's it. That's the greatest weapon I have, and I be using it. I be wielding it, y'all. I leave people clean alone. If I ever meant anything to you, if I ever brought any value in your life, if I was ever good to you, you gonna miss that. You gonna miss that in your dark in the middle of the night. Dang, Anita had some good fried chicken. Anita makes some good mac and cheese. Anita was helping me find jobs. Anita was uplifting me. And she was really talking to me and just speaking life into me. And Anita, her hugs, she would just hug me. And, Anita was, see, that's what be happening. All right, Freely Yoli. All right, I'm hopping off too, because guess what? I got a 1:00 appointment. I'm in here running my mouth, and I got a 1:00 appointment I'm getting ready to jump into. And so, if you are coming in on the end, I want you to rewatch this. This is much longer than I expected it to be, but I want you to rewatch this, okay? About my conversation with the boys in the barbershop. Because that's really what's going on. They're never going to admit it, but most men today cannot afford a wife. Not just financially, but in every way possible. You can't. That's why you're not getting married. But anyway, but if you could, Your whole life would change. The whole game would change. The prosperity game, the abundance game, all of it. It would change. Absolutely change your life. Thank you, Tynette. Have a wonderful rest of your day. It's very cold here. I'm getting ready to let my puppies out real quick. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. And as always, stay open to love.